It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Junction. Tonight on Trains and Tech, we got a lot of moving parts, so we're just going to jump right into things. I got a couple boxes to open up here. I got a little switch motor thing we're going to talk about. There's some track over there in the corner, and then you can see the ladder set up. We're definitely going to be climbing up on that ladder and pulling some things down because things have got to be moving. So I talked about it last week. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but I started ripping up some track over there, and I ended up with a bunch of pieces of rail. I wasn't really sure what to do with all that rail, and I decided I was gonna put it in a gondola. And what I thought I had like so much rail that it was just gonna be spilling over this gondola, but I've got all of the rail that I had in here, and it barely fills it up at all. So I think what I need to do is make a little like insert or something, a little foam insert, and then just have the rail on the very top, because it's also like crazy heavy right now. But this is the old well, it's Microtrain's 35th anniversary car. It was the only gondola that I could find quickly, and this was my countdown project. As I was waiting to so I was waiting for the countdown, waiting for things to start. This is what I was doing. So let me zoom back out on this, because the next thing I want to do is open up these boxes. Let's put this down here. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. I wonder if that's in the camera. It is in the camera. Look at that. We got a little car back here. You can still see it. I don't know. It might be fun. Run that like as a heavy load or something. A little something extra. Okay, we got two boxes. We got a big small box and a small box. So I don't know. Anyone want to guess which one we're gonna open first or last, or I did. I cut all of the rail into a scale 39 feet, and I don't know that it was 39 feet. All I really did is I took the rail and I lined it up with the edge of the gondola, and I cut it to fit. So there's a couple different lengths of rail in here too. There's some short, there's some long. The thought is that this is rail that was ripped up, cut up, put in this gondola to transport the heck out of here. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Thomas said I'm gonna guess you're gonna open neither. I am. I'm gonna open both of them. You know, I feel like we've been doing this long enough that the whole, you know, thing of me, you know, not opening boxes is getting a little bit old, I guess you can say. So we're gonna open them. We're gonna open things. I did adjust one of the cameras though, so you can see we'll have some light up there. I got the ladder. We'll climb up there, and if once I start pulling some things down, if like people see something they want, just like yell out, and you know, we'll go from there. Okay, I want to open. Let's open this one first. I obviously I know what's in both of them. You know, I'm good like that, right? Now, actually, this is one that I purchased. The other one is one that I gifted. So we'll start with the purchase, then we'll move on to the gifted. We'll go from there. Dennis, what do you need the ladder for? Like, you're so tall, you can just reach up and touch your ceiling. It's simple. Okay, so this one is from MRCS, Model Railroad Control Systems, Model Railroad Control Systems, Seth Newman. I ordered these because as a part of the ripping out the tracks over there, one of the things that I did was I pulled out this switch machine right here, and we're actually we'll zoom in a little bit on this so that we can see a little better, because that's all we're gonna be doing today. Now we'll do more stuff. This is these are my normal switch machines. You can kind of see how big they are. Problem being, when I moved one of the switches where I needed to move it, this guy didn't fit anymore. I had designed the bench work around these so they fit perfectly, and well, you move things and things don't fit perfectly anymore. Don, I hope the tablet is working as expected. I converted Don to turnout control via tablets, and his father is loving running the yard now. So as long as that keeps working, we'll be good to go. This is again one of those boxes where I feel like it's a little bit of origami, where I don't actually know how it opens, where I'm supposed to pull from, which thing I'm supposed to cut. So I'm just gonna kind of cut a bunch of different sides, and I don't know, maybe we'll get something open. So what I got in here are some instructions, DP4/10 connections. So this is what we got. If you don't know, these are DP4 motors, and they are the replacements that I am going to use. I'm just gonna put that down there for a second. Now let's talk about these guys, right? So these are them. Got a little packet here. We got a whole little, let's see. Oh, I forgot I ordered something else too. I forgot I ordered these. This is so exciting. So exciting. Who knows what these are? Anyone? We'll get back to the switch machines, but who knows what this is? No, Dennis, I know you're from Oklahoma. I understand the educational system there might not be as good as other places, but we're still on one. This is one unboxing. We haven't made it to 2 unboxings yet. This is only one, so only hold up one finger. We'll get to the next one. Was that rude? Was that like absolutely like rude what I just said? I kind of think it was. It was probably very inappropriate, but I said it. I can't take it back now. It's recorded, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so he says yes. Oh, yes, but on point. That's it. Yeah, Sir Fix-a-Lot, we do need to be careful with which finger you hold up. So what these are is these are a John Plocker design, and they are the dwarf switch machine or dwarf signals. But what I use them for is they're gonna be kind of my just temporary signals. So I'll wire them up. I'll put them where I think I'm gonna want them to go. I'll do the programming. I'll get them working. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But these are great for testing. So instead of spending like $20 on one signal to screw it up and break things, this whole set of 12 signals I think was $15 maybe. I guess I can check the receipt and actually give you an actual number instead of just making things up. Nope, I can't give you an actual number. No pricing on the thing. You'll have to go to Model Railroad Control Systems, not sponsored, but go check them out. These are a great little solution to testing, signaling, and if you want, you can probably use them. Yes, they do make regular sized ones as well. They make sets of multiple sizes, or you can buy a set of 12 of the dwarfs, or you can buy a set of 12 of the tall ones. Again, in N scale, that's all we need. So we'll put those off to the side. Let's talk about the DP4. So what is the DP4? DP4 is a switch motor. This is your typical cobalt or tortoise. They're all about the exactly. So this is the typical cobalt digital switch machine. This would be equivalent to a SMAIL in the Circuitron. The SMAIL has an NCE decoder in it. I actually don't know what decoder is in this cobalt digital IP, but these are DCC controlled switch machines out of the box. I added this little connector to it. I like that little connector. It makes it easy to swap these out should I need to replace them. The problem is they don't always fit everywhere. There is a solution to remote them with some linkages, but the other solution that I found that I really like is from MTB. These come over from the Czech Republic, I believe it is, and these have they basically they have a linear throw motion. So instead of on these where the motion is like a big wire that like goes back and forth on off of a single point, the wire kind of goes like this. These are nice because the wire goes like this, left and right, and I find that works really well. These are the ones that I already have installed on the layout. These are the MP5s, and these are the DP4s. You can see the DP4 is a tiny bit longer, but the MP5 has this big old connector off the back, whereas this has a screw terminal connector that is going to pop into it, a nice Phoenix connector, sort of a standard old connector, so that's really nice there. This is DC only, no DCC decoder inside it. The DP version has a DCC decoder inside it. So this same 5-wire connector that I'm using here, I'm going to use on these, and we're gonna make this happen, and it's gonna be magical. They've got enough contacts that you can use one for your frog wire. It's got a little test button on here if you need to test them. The throw can be set up for 3 millimeters, 6 millimeters, 9 millimeters. So if you're doing N scale, you can set it to 3. If you're doing HO, you can set it to 6. Doing O scale, you can set it to 9, you know, all that good stuff. So these little guys are going to replace this guy on one of the switches over there. And I know what you're saying. Heath, what switches over there? You keep talking about switches over there. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open this other box first. Then we'll go talk about what's over there because I got a whole slideshow for over there. Yes, Larry Puckett, the DCC guy, reviews a lot of different DCC stuff. He's reviewed these cobalts. He's reviewed the MTB switches. He actually has a really good channel and knows his stuff. He's written a couple, I think 2 now, DCC wiring books. So yeah, it could be something to check out. All right, so this box is from a guy named Donald R. Iracy. And this is a guy who lives down in Florida, sent me this box. I'm not exactly sure how he came about what is in this box, but Donald R. Iracy decided he didn't need it and sent it on my way. So we can open it up and take a look and see what we got. If people don't know, I'm just completely butchering his name because it's fun for me. I don't know if he's finding it as amusing as I'm finding it, but I'm finding it extremely amusing. He probably doesn't even know that I'm talking about him because of how far I'm butchering his name, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Well, we'll see. I'm waiting for him to respond and say something. Waiting for popcorn. I love, who likes popcorn? I have an air popper that you put, you know, kernels in and it air pops and it's just, I like it. I like it. Mr. Donald R. Iracy says he's heard worse pronunciations of his name. I don't know how that's possible. Don't know how that's possible, but I don't know. He says it, he's Scott, I don't, if that is true, that has got to be the funniest thing I've heard in a long time. This thing is actually dull as heck. I heard that people cut themselves more with dull blades than with sharp blades, because with a dull blade you got to like work a little harder and that's when you slip. Whereas if you have a new blade, it like just cuts right through. Where is the bright red paint coming from? Oh, it's my finger. Yeah. So this is from Mr. Don Iris, who, as you can maybe tell by his name on the stream, he is a Providence and Worcester. Yes, not Worcester, but Worcester model railroader. He operates on Wednesday nights, so he's out there operating right now, and I did not know, but inside here is another package that has his name on it and his address. So I'm gonna bring it over here for a second, and now we can bring it back. We can bring it back. Mr. Don Iris models more modern stuff than I model, and he ended up with this car. I still don't know how he got it, but I think, is it a 50 or 60? It's a 50-foot FGE boxcar cushion service from the Providence and Worcester Railroad. We'll zoom in a little bit just so that people can see how Worcester is spelled, because I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know why they spell it that way. So now I've got another car to add to my lot of cars that deliver things off of the railroad. I don't know about anybody else, but I enjoy having cars for other people's railroads that they model, so that when people come over here, they can say, oh, we can send stuff down to Don Iris in this car, or we can send stuff to Split Rock in this car, or we can send stuff to John, or in the, you know. So I just think it's fun. So again, I forget the story. I don't remember if he actually told me where he got it. He just sort of said that he got this car. So I don't know where it came from. Saying thanks for your help. I've been helping him out. If anybody needs help, I'm happy to help. But I was helping him out with the tablet issues that he was having the other day. It's something I enjoy a lot. Yes, I am knocking over. This is why you don't have live loads. Live loads are the worst. No matter how careful you are, you will always knock your live loads over. Speaking about that, I was actually at an op session the other day, and somebody dumped, I think it was a sand car or something, live load sand right in the middle of a yard. Basically took out the yard track, and the superintendent came out with his vacuum cleaner with the the little like sock over the end so he can suck up the live load. But live loads are nice. They get all over things. Yeah, virtual transfer yards, I don't know who came up with it. I feel like people have been doing it for a long time. But yeah, for people like Sir Fix-a-Lot as well, I also have a problem. I end up with a lot of things that I just don't need, and that's kind of how I end up with a room full of stuff that I've got to move and get the heck out of here. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, let's talk about that corner over there. We started talking about it. We're going to keep talking about it. We'll probably talk about it until I'm red in the face. You can see I've got my soldering station out. I got my sweep sticks back here. I've got some extra pieces of track still back here. We've been doing some work back in that corner, and I did find out, for those of you that were on the last stream and you were like, every time you walk over there, it sounds terrible. Well, here's why. If you look over there, there ain't nothing over there with a big old flat wall. So every time I walk over there, it sounds like I'm in the bathroom because everything is reflecting back as if it was just a big flat old wall. So I'm going to avoid walking over there today. And the way I'm going to avoid walking over there today is I got a slideshow, because why not create slideshows when you can, instead of forcing people to watch me walk over into the other corner. So we are reworking the track issues. Essentially, the track issue that was over there is whoever designed this layout didn't know what they were doing. They thought they had a good idea. It didn't end up being a good idea. So it's getting fixed. So I do not recommend using the track designer that I used. Yeah, just don't use him. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's get to the issues. Last week, I think I showed you guys all of the, the drawings, the plans. I don't know, what do you call these things? The templates to lay everything out. I have since cut these all up, and they are now much smaller pieces because I don't really need them anymore. But yeah, here's the corner. So what I ended up doing is ripping out the two tracks in that corner. The one track was an industry track. The other track was the main line, and on the left side where it split, that is where it went off to staging. And it was a terrible idea. I don't know who designed it. Just really bad idea. So tore it out, started relaying the track. Here's me using sweep sticks, trying to find out how to align stuff up. This metal bar right here, that's where the staging yard track is. So basically with this angle, things didn't quite line up. So I'm trying to get things to line up, and here it's too far close to the backdrop. Need to get it, you know, a little more in the middle, but eventually I kind of, well, that's not even lined up there. I kind of got things lined up. I drilled a hole. Of course, when you drill holes, you kind of make a mess. So you got to get the vacuum out. You got to clean things up a little bit. But you can see here, I've got a switch machine right in the center with that long green wire. Switch machine pre-wired for the frogs with a correctly colored green frog wire. Not starting over. We're just modifying that corner. That corner is just being modified. We'll see. Who knows? This all could get torn out in the next week. I don't know. We'll see what's happening. But for now, we're just modifying that corner. So, green frog wire there. We got everything lined up. I just clicked a button and things were all over the place. Okay. So backgrounds are by Lark Products. Again, not sponsored, but Bill Brown did a fantastic job. That's actually 3 different images combined to make that backdrop. So check that out. Yeah, so we drilled the hole. We glued everything down, laid it all down, used some energy drinks to hold them down because, as everybody knows, energy drinks are heavier. You can see off the double slip that's kind of in the center right by the handles of the scissors. You can see there's a track that goes nowhere, right? So what is ending up happening is that back track against the wall is now feeding the staging area. And this track in the front, that's going to be the mainline track that's connecting to nowhere. Here's some more pictures of things being weighed down just because that's what it is. I started laying in some track, right? So what I need to do is in the frontish, center-ish there's a sweep stick that's kind of going to be the main line going on. And then we got, what does that say? I can't read. It says it's like so small I can't see it. Oh, 46. Oh, okay. Sweep stick there in the center, that's the mainline track, and then the sweep sticks on the left are where I'm thinking I'm gonna relay that industry. So that industry used to be against the back wall, used to be up against those buildings you see back there as if the industries were against the back wall. Now the industries are gonna be pulled away, and we'll look at that a little bit more in a second. But you can see one thing I want to point out here is you can see the green wire. If you look right up against the backdrop in that open spot between the 1, 2, 3 blocks. Yes, I use 1, 2, 3 blocks in the to weigh down my tracks. And there's a switch in the center. I try not to put like big heavy things on my switches, but you know. There's the green frog wire right there in place, wired in, nice and done. One thing I end up doing is because these solid blocks are solid, the glue underneath them doesn't dry really well. So after a couple hours, you got to stand them up. I just use regular glue. I don't know about anybody else, but this is the glue that I've been using for a while to glue down my track. It made it extremely easy to pull up the old track. I basically take this and I water it down, and then I add either a little IPA or I add some like Dawn dishwashing soap or something like that, just to break the surface tension. But yes, that is a Welch's Sugar Factory. That is my Domino's Sugar Factory back there. So of course, the only things that come out of the Domino's Sugar Factory are things with way too much sugar. But you know, it is the way it is. So here we go. You may notice this is the same switch here. So the switch up there against the backdrop with the green wire, this is the same switch. You'll notice there is a red and a black wire, but there's no green wire. You might be wondering, where did the green wire go? Well, this is my vacuum. The vacuum that I was using has a little brush on it. And in my infinite wisdom, when I went to vacuum it up, I heard this really sharp or really like strong, like sucking up sound. And I knew immediately what happened. That is the frog wire that is supposed to be connected to that switch, now wrapped around my vacuum cleaner. So don't do that. Yeah, I love the washing up liquid. That's a good one as well. Uh, Russ, I'm relying on you to say hello to my dad. I've already talked to my dad today. You guys are just talking to him for the first time. So tonight it's on you to say hello to him. Anyway, here we go. I got those wires back there. I like to run a lot of feeder wires. Those were actually already in that location. So I used those and we soldered those up. Oh, this is me holding on to that piece. This is kind of what I'm thinking for the main line, using the sweep sticks to help me curve it a little bit. Soldering station sitting there. No, that is not the temperature I solder at. That was the soldering iron cooling off. If you let that soldering iron sit for too long, it basically drops down to 360 watts, I think. 360 degrees. I think it's 360 degrees Celsius. Does that just for, protection. Usually soldering around 700, whatever that is. Here we go again. There is the metal little doohickey. The reason the metal, why am I using a straight one? That's actually a curved. Oh, why are we saying very sad? What happened? James, I think I would just buy that steam train. Probably not going to happen. Very sad, Dave. What did Dave do? Now you guys are making me look. I don't know what people are talking about. Tammy says hello. That's not Dave. Paul says, where's the saw? The saw would be prototypical, so I don't have the saw out. Well, we'll figure it out maybe. All right, so let's talk about it. Why in the world do I have a straight track alignment stick, right? So we got straight ones for straight sections and we've got curved ones. But why do I have a straight one there where I'm actually connecting a curved switch to a curved piece of track? The reason is because the way these tracks are curved over there, I actually had to solder the, maybe it's 700 Fahrenheit. I don't know. Now you're going to make me look. Is 700 Fahrenheit 350 degrees? It's not plugged in. I can't even check. You got to try harder with the prototype jokes. Lance, I'm trying. Give me a break, Lance. I'm trying. All right. So now I got to look it up because now they got me all wondering if I'm like, let's see, what is 700 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius. Let's see what it says. Nope, so that's not right. Oh, 7,000. Jeez, that is the wrong number. 700. All right, so that's what it is. It's 700 Fahrenheit, which is about 370 degrees Celsius. So yeah, so I'm around. So I'm at 370, close to 360. 700 C. Yeah, okay. So just like I said, the layout designer, don't use that guy. Don't listen to me about soldering either. I'm glad Roy says that I'm sane. I don't know. I don't know that I qualify as sane. Apparently everybody is questioning my sense. Yes. The same monkeys that did my track design are the same monkeys that do the soldering on my layout. All right, so the reason. So I had to solder that. I soldered the switch to that track. The reason I soldered the joint in those tracks is because the way I was curving those tracks, I couldn't get it to sit well. And I keep this room pretty temperature and humidity controlled. In general, I don't solder my joints. I find when I solder my joints, that's when things, go ping, 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 and track starts pulling up, and messy things happen. But when you have multiple sections of track on a curve, especially kind of how tight that curve is, I can't find my mouse, especially how tight that curve is, you can kind of get a sense of how tight it is right there. I needed to solder a couple of the rails in there just so that they didn't move around when I glued stuff down. I do have the joint that is on the straight part of that track there. That's not soldered, so it does need to move. Can still move a little bit. I needed a little more weight. I didn't have quite enough 1, 2, 3 blocks, and at this point I had finished drinking all of those energy drinks, so I just took my Ryobi batteries and popped those on there. Weight is weight. Here it is without anything weighing it down. So now basically you can see the goal. The goal was the staging track, which is in the back against the wall, now runs along the back against the wall, and the main line now runs into the front, and there's not a weird switch in the middle there connecting the staging yard to the main line, because that was just weird. We're gonna go back one slide because I got a question about what's the little black box in that corner. On both the yard track, which is the track in front of the track that's weighted down, and the main line, I have sensors from Iowa Scaled Engineering. Those sensors from Iowa Scaled Engineering is connected to their circuit board for the squealer. You can have multiple sensors on one board. So I've got two, one on each track. So if there's a train on the main line or a train on the yard track, the squealer activates, and that little box right there that you can see right there, that is the speaker. If you go to Iowa Scaled Engineering's website, you can see those are the speakers from Scale Sounds, and I will just show you guys what I have done. Is this is my little engine house. I don't know if this is the permanent one or if this is just the stand-in one, but I've got a piece of Velcro up here in the thing. So when this is sitting there, the speaker's mounted up into this. So as the train goes around this, right? So this is sitting in that corner, right? So those 3 straight tracks in the front, that's my engine terminal area. And this thing that I was showing earlier sits across the back of those there. So as trains go around the corner, they're basically hidden by this engine house. And yeah, it is, as Russ says, it is the speaker hider. And the trains go behind it. It sounds like they're squealing. The sound sounds like it is coming from the train that is actually running behind the track. Ed says, Heath, consuming all his energy drinks, he must be bouncing off the walls, laying the track. If you can't tell, I'm bouncing off the walls right now, so I don't really know what the difference is between when I was laying the track and when I was not. I still got a bunch of stuff to move, so I got to get through all these slides. So you said you didn't put a lot of weight on junction on switch machines, but you got 3-in-1, a solid block, and a Ryobi battery, so a lot of weight's okay. So I did have to, I know, okay. So, what was happening here, and the switch machine is actually a little further back. It's not right under, it's the battery and the 1, 2, 3 block, the Swiss cheese 1, 2, 3 block, and the solid 1, 2, 3 block are actually on the left side, exit of the switch. The actual point is to the right in between those 2 blocks. So I don't have it weighed down actually on the point. So here you can see it now. This double slip, I would love to not have that double slip in there. I would love it if I could have trains coming in on the main line, as well as having trains using that yard lead at exactly the same time. Unfortunately, I can't. It doesn't work out that way, but you know, the track on the right out of the double slip is the yard lead, the track on the left. So far, it's kind of been okay. You just gotta, you know, the guy doing the yard switching just needs to wait a second if somebody's pulling into the A and D track. There's only 4 operators on the layout, so it works out okay. This is when I started laying in the idea of the industry track, because I don't want to completely give up on that industry track. I like having that industry track. That is my sugar industry track. I have, if you don't know, a lot of cars. Here are just 2 that are sitting in front of me. This here, well, let's put them here. Why don't I got the whole camera set up so that you can see them. So over desk. So I got, here's a Baby Ruth car. Here is a Domino's corn syrup car. So the only reason I can run these trains is because they've got a sugar industry to go to. So, you know, so just to be clear, Dennis, the yard lead is a dedicated yard lead. It's just that there is a double slip there. So you're not switching on. Yeah, I know you kind of, anyway, I know it. If I had more space, that double slip would not be there. Just wouldn't be there. That is true. That is very true. Lance bought sugar stuff. Yeah, it's luckily, so that main line as it enters the yard over there on that side, it doesn't, well, give me a sec. I've got another slide coming up. When we get to the other slide, we can talk about that again. Here is, so here was the idea. My thought was the old track, the old industry track was one long track that I could put 8 cars on. I started wondering, could I use this switch, and instead of having one long track, maybe off of the switch, I could just have 2 shorter tracks. So what I ended up doing is I went back into AnyRail, and yes, this is upside down. I put this in this orientation so that it matches up with the pictures, right? So this is the same orientation as this. There's that double slip in the middle. So Dennis, this is what I was talking about. So the yard lead is this whole yard lead out to the side, but the main line basically terminates at that double slip. So the main line isn't going, quote, through the yard. The main line ends at the yard. To kind of be more pedantic about things, the main line kind of actually switches off back here where this green track is now, and the main line is actually what goes up to my staging yard. So the yard lead that's here doesn't actually impede the main line. The main line kind of terminates there. But anyway, this is what I was thinking with 2 tracks, but as you can see, Croton-on-Hudson, I know it's upside down. James, I don't know either. I have no idea either. I am hoping one day. I am hoping. So 2 tracks didn't quite work. Here I laid it out for real. The tracks along the back, those are the new staging tracks. The tracks in the middle with the sweep sticks on them, that was me kind of mocking stuff up. It didn't work. Here it is swapping it, so there's a short track in the back. This still didn't really work. Revision number, this drawing here, this is 143. What 143 is, you can see that pink track. That's my industry track, my Croton-on-Hudson track. I said, for shits and giggles, what if I ran that industry track all the way along my staging tracks, and I could have a ton of industries all on that one track and just fill that whole area with track. And I said, God, that's just not a good idea. Just not a good idea to just keep piling track on. I gotta have some space. Yeah, I talked about, if I could get rid of that double slip, I would love to get rid of that double slip. It's just not in the cards right now. It's just not in the cards. I don't need the industry to be that big. So what I'm kind of settling on is something like this. Basically, the industry is just going to go a little bit past that double slip, not going to completely go into the yard. And one thing that you can see here that I've tried to start adding in is this little gray. You can actually see it better on this slide here because it's a little bigger. That gray, whatever it is, that is covering the staging track, or that's under the staging track, what that is going to be is that is actually going to be the new industry. So along that edge, along that wall that is lining that Croton-on-Hudson track, and you can see it here, along that wall, lining that straight piece of Croton-on-Hudson track, I am going to have dock doors. And when you spot cars along that track, you're going to spot them at those doors. And this is going to kind of just be a flat. Kind of. The way I'm doing it, you can kind of see it here, right? So this little retaining wall here, that separates the staging yard from the rest of it. I left it open so you can still see the cars. You still know they're back there. But it gives a bit of separation between the two. You know that this is the layout and this is the staging yard. This is way out in the other world. This is going to be a little bit more extreme example of it. When you leave the main line and you veer right on that switch, so that the red into green switch on the very right there, right? So that's the main line going up north. When you veer right on that switch and start heading up north, you're going to basically duck in behind that back flat, and that's going to be hidden. It's not going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden-ish. Not fully hidden, just kind of hidden. Hidden-ish, right? So that's going to duck in behind there, and it's going to give the impression that those cars have gone away. So in a perfect world, if I had gobsmacks of space, this whole staging area would be that way, like 100 miles. So trains would actually go through this yard and then keep going that way, and that staging area would be way that way. But I don't have that option. So this seems like a good kind of solution. By having the staging yard connect way back there and not up, basically the staging yard used to connect just about where the C is in Croton-on-Hudson. So it was coming like right in to the main line, right at the end of the yard. It really just kind of like tied things up. This will give me enough room to at least have part of a train in there. It just sort of shifts things around. So I don't have that industry track laid in yet. The sweepsticks, that wood color right there, that is where I'm thinking that industry is going to be. That does give me plenty of room to get a background flat in there in front of that staging. And my plan is basically to do a maybe 4-inch, maybe 5-inch flat with a removable roof that is kind of a warehouse kind of look back there. And that's going to be the thing. So I haven't quite finished it yet. I guess if we look at this camera here, and it's not going to work. Of course, that camera There we go. That camera kind of works. So I'm not completely done, but you can kind of see it. So here's the switch between the red main line here, and then this is the green track going back to staging. So basically right about in here, you know, there'll be a kind of a flat that will be a warehouse. So basically this kind of warehouse-ish stuff that's back along this wall will just move up. And I don't know why I'm trying it again. I figured if I keep trying it, maybe it'll show it. But yeah, so what is now back here is just going to move forward, and all that's going to be hidden. So I know everybody's wondering, what is all this moving stuff? Oh, so that's a good comment question that we can talk about. That bend looks pretty tight before it crosses the diamond. It does look pretty tight when it crosses the diamond, but you'd be surprised to know that is actually a 16-inch or a 15-inch radius. It's actually less sharp, less not as sharp as it was before I made this change. One good thing is there's no S curve in it, so I'm not too worried about it at all. The other thing is I have not swapped out my N-scale cars to body-mounted trucks, and I know that guys like Lance, all these other prototypical guys, you know, they don't like the Talgo trucks with the the truck mounted couplers because it's not prototypical, but truck mounted couplers going around that corner, that's what that is. I do need to get up here. I do need to start. Oh, that was the wrong thing to hit. I do need to start pulling things down. So here's what's happening. November 1st, Saturday, I am going to the New York Society of Model Engineers and the Metropolitan Train Collectors Association swap meet. It is over in New Jersey. I am going with a guy named Andy, and what I have kind of decided is I just got to start getting rid of stuff. So here's the thing. This is a 2001 Lionel New York Toy Fair car. Am I ever going to run this? No. The collector in me is saying, don't you dare get rid of that. This is a circus car, so I'm going to keep that because that's a circus car. But this car, this should really get sold, right? I'm not going to run it. It's just going to sit here. It's just going to collect dust. Here's another one. Now, this one, I'm probably going to keep this one. This one is Lionel Bridging the Centuries, 1900 to 2000, so it's their 100-year anniversary, and it's got the Hellgate Bridge on it. I got a couple of these Hellgate ones. I think I'm going to keep the Hellgate ones, but, you know, again, it's like all of these, like, this is the Lionel Model Shop show display. This one has a Lionel train in it. It's based on, like, their aquarium car, and the train actually, like, runs around the car. Like, I want to keep this. I really want to keep this, but I've gotta get rid of it, right? I mean, I can't just keep all of this stuff. Here's another one, right? This one, let's see. This is the Norman Rockwell Lionel car. Again, I love Norman Rockwell. I really enjoyed going to the Norman Rockwell Museum in Philadelphia when I was down in Philadelphia that one time. And, it's like, I'm not going to run these, though. Like, that's the problem. That is the problem. I'm not going to run them. I really should get rid of them. But, man, this is just such a cool car. And now I'm, like, realizing I'm on the right. This is such a cool car. It's like, I don't want to get rid of it, but what am I going to do? What am I going to do with it? Here, here's the Norman Rockwell car. Here's the Here's the Lionel car, 2001, New York Toy Fair. Like, I don't want to get rid of them, but like, what am I going to do with them? Am I just going to like keep moving them every time I move? Like, is that going to be my life? Is just randomly moving cars around? I just keep shoving that one back there because that's circus and I can get rid of that one. This is here. It's like, here, these are here. These are interesting cars too, right? So this one here is the Lionel GG1 car that I have. This one here, this is the case closed document transport. It has shredded paper inside it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was when Lionel won the lawsuit against MTH. I think that's the one. Lionel won a lawsuit against somebody, and basically they came out with this car kind of as a whatever. They actually shredded court documents, is my understanding, and put them in there. Like, again, like a cool car. Like how can I get rid of a car like that? It's like such an interesting. Yeah. Russ. Does it look like I have any space to put up the Glenn Schneider shelving? Do you think if I had space that I wouldn't be that I wouldn't have already done that? I mean, look at all this. Like I like O-scale stuff takes up so much more space than N-scale stuff. Here's another Lionel. Oh, do I have two of the same? Or are these different? Oh, these are. Look, they're different. One is Hellgate Boxcar and one is Hellgate Boxcar number 2. I kind of want to keep these. Like, I don't know. I keep bugging Klondike. I'm trying to get him to make me an N-scale Hellgate T-Track module. If he ever does it, I feel like I gotta keep those cars. These are some Chris model trains, KMT trains. I believe these are both circus. I'm not even, yeah. Oh no, this is a pacemaker car. This is a circus car, so we're gonna leave those there. Let's see, this one here. Yep, circus heavy hauler. We're not getting rid of the circus stuff. That's kind of, I guess, I had to draw the line arbitrarily somewhere. So for this purge, for this event, we're gonna do that. So this is the elephant car. Elephant automatically ducks inside car. It's like, do I get rid of that? Do I keep that? I don't know. Here's another. Oh, this one's a cool one. I gotta come down and show you guys this one. This is a really cool car. Oh, like, do I want to get rid of this? Here, I guess here's the thing. I would love to see these running somewhere. So that I know. It doesn't logically make sense. This is the Lionel 1995 dealer preview car for their, I think it's called a Cab 1 or whatever controller. Here's the elephant ducking car. I'm gonna have to look these up, aren't I? Because I don't know, like, do we think these are worth anything, or are these like just like, are these dime a dozen cars, or is there any value to these whatsoever? Like, I don't know. But what am I gonna do? Am I gonna just keep moving them around and around and around and around? Like, is that, like, I've got, look, like all the oh, I didn't switch cameras. So now you can't even see my feet now. Here's a clown car. Here's a Valley Brothers clown car. Here's two more Toy Fair cars. I've got a Mecha car up here too, which, like, do I bring the Metka car to the Metka show and try and sell it? I don't know. So do I get rid of this stuff? What do I do? What do I do? Lionel 2002 New York Toy Fair. How cool is that? Look at this one. Lionel New York Toy Fair. This one even has just like my logo, right? Like if you've seen, can I get it in the picture? I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna see it. You know my logo, how it's got the cityscape on it? Look, this Lionel has the, oh no, if I get rid of all this stuff, what do? I am actually, OSHA 30, he's on the hospital side of that ladder. That ladder is just, that's a hospital. I don't know if you guys know, these ladders, Little Giant, I think, sort of like developed this ladder style. You can't even get this style anymore. I found this when I first moved into this room, but they don't even make this style anymore, because what happens is some people don't lock the locks very tightly. And if you don't lock the lock very tightly and you climb up on top of the ladder collapses underneath you. And my understanding is, you know, here, some, right. Oh, geez. Some more cool cars. Oh, how do I get rid of these? I mean, I have to get rid of these, right? Like, I have to. Like, I can't just keep them just because, like, I want to keep, like, just... Oh, here, like, right, okay. Right. Like, here, oh. I'm coming. Don't fall off the ladder. I'm coming. The hardest part about actually climbing up and down the ladder is not stepping on something. All right, so this is a Where the Wild Things Are aquarium car. So the Where the Wild Things Are move around in the car. And then I've got down here, I've got a Where the Wild Things Are static car. So if you're into Where the Wild Things, which I am. And then here's the, what's it, Angela Trotta did these. These were a Train World release in the last 3 years or something like that. And then here's the New York Central Lightning Stripe Service Metka 2010 car. And that's what I'm going to, is a Metka event. So I don't know. I guess, like, I shouldn't look too closely at these cars. I should probably, there's probably a couple more up there that I should probably consider taking, just to take, just because, like those. Let's get those down too. Might as well, if I don't keep going now, it's not going to end up happening, right? At some point, I'm going to look at them and I'm going to go, never mind. We won't take those. Okay, so I feel bad getting rid of this one because this one was actually a gift. I am going to keep this New York City pacemaker because this layout is based off of the New York City pacemaker. Well, not the layout. The layout's not my my design, my paint scheme. So yeah, I feel like these two, I don't know if they're worth anything or nothing. And I guess that's the other thing, right? I don't remember what I paid for them. I don't remember if they're worth something, but here is a Lionel Trains 1927, 1940, 1954 75th anniversary famous catalogs boxcar. That sounds kind of cool to me. What is this one? This one is Coal Elevator 1938, Basque Bridge 1940, Water Tower 1953. So this is another 75th anniversary car. This was a gift from Container Man The pink thing. I have a pink train for breast cancer, just for cancer awareness in general. So he had gotten me this. I think I'll probably do that. So I got a stack of stuff over there that I'm probably gonna take. And I don't know, I feel like this might be a really bad idea what I'm about to do. And I don't have any cameras facing in this direction. So I don't know if maybe I should just leave the camera pointing at the ground. So when I climb up there, if you guys see me fall down, I guess my request would be, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Is this view better? No, see, I think that view, you're just going to be looking into a very inappropriate part of my body. So let's keep this here. We're going to go up. I'm going to get down a big item. And if I think I have to get rid of this one. I really don't want to. I really, really, really don't want to get rid of this. But I think I kind of have to, I think. I mean, I guess I don't have to, right? Look at this. I should take these too, right? Like, look at this. Should I take these? What am I going to do with them? I don't know. There's literally. Wow, I am up here and I am finding stuff that I forgot that I had. That is not good. But yeah, like, should I bring these fast tracks too? I'm not going to use them. Yeah, I guess we're going to bring them. Is that a Atlas Okar a Berwick? I don't know what a Berwick means. How would I know if it's a Berwick? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fast track, but it's pretty darn reliable, and I'm using it up there, and I didn't want the cars falling off and landing on my head. And yeah, if Andy Stepp is watching this right now, he's probably saying, oh my god, what did I get myself into? Oh, Berwick. Let's see. Atlas O Master Line 40-foot container assortment, item number 3006324-19. I don't know if it's a Berwick. Are you serious keeping all that stuff? No. I think I'm gonna no, it's not a boxcar, it's just it's a shipping container. If you fall, all 4 dozen of us. Yeah, that would be funny. Are you seriously keeping all that stuff? No, it started off basically collecting circus stuff. And at some point things kind of started, I guess, branching out. And okay, so again, like these, like I don't really want to get rid of them. These are my passenger cars, right? So here's that's a Pennsylvania one. Here's a New York Central passenger cars. Cool cars. Cool. Oh, there's my GG1 locomotive. Looks like it's crushing another box. Probably keep that. This is gonna fall if I don't move it. Oh, that's the box for the track. I was like, why is that box so light? It's because it's for the track cleaning car, and there's nothing in that right now because track cleaning cars in use. Here's another Pennsylvania passenger car. If anybody sees something that you want, just like send me an email and tell me what you want. You got to do it by Friday though, because on Saturday this is all going away. And when I say away, you know. All right, here's the big item. I don't know how I'm going to get off this ladder with this. That was one thing I didn't exactly plan. Let's see if I can make this work. This is the New York Central passenger expansion set. The one time that I ran this with those other passenger cars I just showed in the GG1. But you know, a big box, right? Do I need this? No. Is it fun and cool to have? Absolutely. But again, like, I don't need it, right? I didn't fall yet, but I'm gonna go up at least one more time. So let's see what else I'm gonna pull down. This is like I would love, like, what when I grew up in our basement, we had O scale, G scale, HO scale, and I had some N, but we didn't really have it set up all the time. So I measure the cubic foot and figure out the number of N scale items. Oh, don't even say that. Yeah, because of course, you know, the reality is now that I'm selling all this Lionel stuff, it just means now I've got room for other stuff. Here's another Pennsylvania passenger car. Trying to see what else is up here. Here's the GG1. Let's pull that down. Or not down, but I mean, let's push that over there. What is this? That's the pantograph to fix the pantograph I broke. So here's some K-line circus stuff. I guess I might as well keep that. I'm not quite ready to get rid of that yet. I'm looking, there's like some stuff up here I've kind of forgotten. It's up here. That's another K-line. This K-line kit was like a real cheap kit. Here's like, look, you know, Pennsylvania Railroad, Broadway Limited, 10-car set with display. I don't know if this is the lit one or not, but like it's so far up here. I'm not running it off the layout right now. Here's an HO scale circus thing. This was, some of the stuff up here was stuff that like I had kind of run out of normal space to put stuff and just started like randomly putting some stuff places. But yeah, I think that's I've got some O scale controller. Wonder what the heck is in that box. Maybe we'll look at that box before the weekend too. I don't know, there's still so much stuff. Now I don't really know how I'm getting all this to this swap meet. So that's kind of another thing that I need to figure out, but I supposedly have 4 feet of an 8-foot table. So I'm going to be on one side, Andy Estep's going to be on the other side, and we're going to try and get rid of some stuff. So I think everything that you guys saw, I'm 99.9% sure it's going to go away. And I'm leaving myself that 1% just because you never know, but I don't know. Like, I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do what I can.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.